Now, my next guest sung his latest single earlier in the show, and he's had more weeks in the charts than anybody else. Of course, it's the one and only. Let's hear the screams. Sir Cliff Richard! Oh, Cliff, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming back on the show.
Oh, thanks for asking me back.
No, anytime. Did you enjoy that VE Day concert?
I did, actually. You know, those events have a great feel. Some of you were there? Well, there's a great feeling, not only from the crowd, but backstage. There's no... People seem to leave their egos behind, so we were like a little club back there, and everyone was chatting and rushing in and out of dressing rooms and stuff. I like that kind of effect, because that's what it should be, of course. We're together celebrating something that... I mean, wouldn't it be great? One day we should have the VE Day of all days where you celebrate the end of all wars, if one could.
Right.
They may have to get me there on a Zimmer when that happens, but...
Do you know, I was watching you do the song, and I remember Stella saying to me, Cliff's as fit as a fiddle, you know, Paul. This is as I'm lying on a sunbed on holiday after. Get up, we'll go for a walk. I said, Stella, should Cliff had put you to shame, I'm telling you. Tell me, how do you, what, have you got a regime, like you keep fit? Do you go to gym and all that business?
Well, no, I went to a gym once when I did a musical called Heathcliff. And because of Heathcliff being what he was, I thought I should try and look a little bigger. So I went for 18 months. I did 3 sessions a week, 2-hour sessions in the gym. And I only managed to put 9 pounds on. And everybody thought how thin I looked. It was a real... But at least I felt I was committed to that part. But I stopped going to the gym. I get my exercise from playing tennis when I can. And again, Paul, if you ever... Do you play tennis?
No.
Oh, well, still is right then, isn't it?
No, I'll tell you what I do. I've got no coordination, seriously.
But do you walk the dogs?
I swim every day.
Oh, well, that's okay.
And, like, I walk 200 acres every day.
Well, swimming, they say, is the best form of exercise, because apparently if you do overarm as well as the breaststroke, you kind of use every muscle in the body. But to play tennis, what you should really do, I think, is if you want to play games, do that on the weekend. If you want to use it as an aerobic thing, then pay a pro and have them hit the ball at you for an hour, and then you're sweating, you're running, you're jumping, you're...
But I miss, you know, so the ball comes at me and I'll go that way. I've no coordination. That's why when I was learning to drive, you'd say, turn right, and I'd back up. I'd go,
I don't think they've learned how to deal with that one yet.
That's why I went through driving instructors like socks. I mean, they all have breakdowns. Now, this single, this is your 128th single. That's incredible.
Did someone give you that figure? Okay, well, then I trust it. But,
Oh, we've got researchers. I said they ferret everything out. Seriously, Bert, he's like a whippet.
I do have to... Sometimes I do sit back and think, you know, where did all the time go? Because I'm just contemplating the 50th year comes up in 2008, and I don't know how to feel. I don't know that I feel any different to the day I started. I mean, I'm singing rock and roll. I don't know how else to do it but that way. So the time doesn't count. The statistics that keep coming at me, though, are always a surprise. Because if you've been around as long as I have, of course, you tend to be the first one to do everything. Because no one else is alive or... So,
get out of it.
In a way, it's a sort of slightly unfair statistic, but it's weighted in my favour. You know, I was like the first person who'd sung for 10 years in rock and roll. Then I was the first at 15. So because everyone started a bit after I did, they can't really quite catch up, unless I pop off. But I'm not planning anything like that.
They've all got into shock here. Don't panic. Any figure of speech. Don't faint, girls. Okay. I've got some more statistics. I can't even say statistics for you. You'll be if this single now gets to #1, you'll be the first artist ever to have 6 #1s in 6 decades. Now,
you know, it's harder and harder now. You know, the competition gets really, really heavy. There are singers now that, I was saying in an interview recently, that if I had to compete with people like Daniel Bedingfield and Will Young 45 years ago, and they were as good as they are now, and I would have been like I was then, I wouldn't have begun. Because the influences we had were much more simple and straightforward. These guys have got influences from all over the place, and they use their voices so fantastically. But, you know, if my record makes it, of course it'll be a thrill. I'm always chasing something now, because what else is there to do? And to be the first one, and perhaps the only one who has a #1 in 6 different decades, because I'm not sure, I don't know what you think, I don't think anyone else is going to be able to do that. Well, I kind of cheated though. Yeah, but even my first, the reason why it's 5 now is because I had my first #1 in 1959. I just crept in at that one. So, you know, even that's a bit of a fake.
I'll tell you what I've noticed with you and your fans, you're really good with them. And I know you've got no time for certain people who disregard their fans, you know, have no time for them.
Well, I've talked about this a lot, and some of these folks here I recognize.
Yeah, yeah.
They always said to me when I was younger, the day that you can recognize your fans, you're in big trouble. But, and I can understand what they mean, but fortunately for me, although I can walk out in the front row and I'll see a whole group of people, but you must have that as well, that you see people who come to you regularly?
I could not equate myself with
I've got the odd one, people over the hedge, and you go, oh, we've been there for years, you know, in his bobble hats.
It's lovely when people are so loyal, and the following you have must be mind-blowing.
Yeah, but I'm convinced that every one of us has a group that really likes you, and they'll support you in almost everything.
Yeah.
Mine are a bit crazy. And I choose my words well, because...
Cliff, you should see mine.
Crazy and old. No, but my lot, you know, it's my lot. They're not mine. But, you know, when I opened the box office for the Albert Hall a couple of years ago, and the tickets were on sale in February, about 200 of them queued up for a fortnight, 3 weeks. And it was really, I know, and I find that kind of, and again, I don't know whether the fans actually know what they're doing, because sometimes you think to yourself, oh my goodness, will anybody turn up? Then you do something like that, the press think it's a wonderful story, and the next thing I know, I'm on the sort of, well, I don't know about the front page, but you suddenly have a headline saying, fans standing out for Cliff, and it's wonderful to, at this stage of my life anyway, I grab any chance I can get.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's hear it for Sir Cliff Richard. Come on. Cliff, long may you reign. Now, Cliff, I think we're going to be in a bit of trouble here, because my next guest has got some very hard-hitting questions for you. Yeah?
Oh.
Even worse than Jeremy Paxman.
Oh.
No, seriously. I'm a bit worried about this, really.
Is his name Michael Parkinson?
No, no, he's like a bit of a gorilla, this one, really. Will you please put your hands together and welcome Jack McGrotty. Yeah. Hi, Jack. How you doing, Jack? You've got your teeth now since the last show, yeah? When did they grow? And the smashing set of choppers you've got. And I'd just like to point out, Cliff, this isn't Jack's baldness, is it, Jack? It's not. This is it's got the same colouring as me, Jack, haven't you? And this is, they stuck a little... Well,
That's a good wig.
It's his rock and roll look, isn't it, Jack? Hey, and you look wicked and all, kid. Now, what questions have you got for Cliff?
What is it?
What's your favourite pet?
What's your favourite pet?
Your favourite pet?
Oh, my favourite pet. I've always been a dog person, and I did have a pet dog once that one of the makeup girls in Shepherd's Bush had bought in the Shepherd's Bush market. It was a white dog. She said it was a Labrador. Turned out to be everything but. But she took it home, and her husband said, no, we can't have the dog. We've got the apartment. And when she came back, I said, well, I'll take him. I take her. And she was a fantastic dog. She was really my favourite pet.
What's your favourite food?
My favourite food? Well, I think I save it up because I can't eat it every day, but I do like a good Indian curry. I love Indian curry. What's your favourite food, though?
Chicken.
Chicken? Oh, do you?
Oh, well, that's good. Chicken's good for you. Better than curry, probably.
What's your favourite holiday?
Favourite holiday? Oh, holiday.
No, holiday. It's all accents, isn't it, Jack? Your favourite holiday?
Oh, I was right.
Yeah, yeah. You were, Cliff.
I have no trouble with foreign accents. My favourite holiday, well, you know, nowadays I really consider myself lucky to have 2 or 3 places to go to. But I've got a feeling that when I go to Portugal, it's so peaceful there. There's still a kind of almost an oldie world feel. Although they've got all the mod cons and everything, if you're slightly away from the beach, you can still almost believe you're back in a couple of 100 years. So I like the kind of peace and quiet of that, which is probably what you'd hate.
Do you like it lively, Jack, when you go away, do you? Yeah.
You go to nightclubs?
Yeah, me and Jack were out all night, aren't we, Jack? We were out last night at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Headbanging.
What's your favourite superstar?
My favourite superstar? I think I probably have most admiration for Mariah Carey, the singer. Do you know Mariah Carey?
No.
Oh, well, she had so many hits, and she's one of these people she must have about a range this big, 4 octaves minimum, I'm sure. And what I really liked about her was that when she sang the top notes, it wasn't a scream or a shout. It was the same kind of quality as the bottom notes. So and when people say to me, would you like to do a duet with somebody, I say, yeah, if I could have a go singing with Mariah. But of course, it'd be very difficult to keep up with her. She's really good.
And you know she doesn't do stairs, Cliff. She won't do stairs.
She won't come downstairs?
No. She'll
Well,
do a
not
lift.
wearing those skirts,
No.
I have to say. It will be a little difficult. But mind you, how does she get out of cars?
I don't know.
I think there's a trick, isn't there?
I think she's carried.
I wouldn't know it, but...
Is there anything else you want to ask, Cliff?
Can you teach me to dance like the Shadows?
You want to dance like the Shadows? Yeah, really?
Well, let's...
Going to go over with Cliff. You ready for this, Catherine?
Okay. Have we got any music?
We got any music, Bez?
Before it starts. Oh. Okay, this one. Okay, now right foot first. Ready? We go there, 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 there. So right, left over the top, right back, here. Right, left, there. Yeah! Woo! We just need the guitar. Pretend you've got a guitar. But you've got a guitar.
That we're all going to have a go, Cliff.
Are you going to go?
Catherine. Yeah.
Okay, it's right foot first.
So it's right foot first.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Right.
Left, right, left. Right, left over the right.
I do, Catherine.
All right.
Step onto the right foot. Left foot, that's it, that's it. But
Go on, Jack, give a lot more.
Here. Step on the left foot, right foot back.
Was there no variation in this routine, Cliff?
Oh, yeah, there was. You could do this with the foot up here.
No, Cliff, don't confuse
Then
me.
you went this way.
No, Cliff.
Oh, okay. Or there was...
Get back! Get back! Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for little Jack McCarthy. Come on. Well done, Jack. Good lad. Cheers for that. Now it's time for someone to try and win £2,000 as we play Guess the Tune. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Now remember, there's £500 for the first tune, which you can gamble to win £2,000 if you guess the second tune. And today's tunes are all TV theme tunes. Thank you. So, Catherine, do you want a clipboard? Who's on the line?
Oh, right.
Line 1.
Yeah.
It's Michelle from...
Romford.
Michelle, are you there?
Hello, Paul.
You all right?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Have you got family in this audience tonight? They all got very excited when we mentioned
I was in
Romford.
your audience last week, though.
Eh?
I was in your audience last week
Oh,
on
were you?
Wednesday.
Oh, OK. Now, listen, I'm all here on your theme tunes. Good?
Not too bad.
OK, well, listen, we'll help you. We'll give you clues and things.
Thanks, Paul.
All right, so this is for £500. Best of luck. 1, 2, 3. Any luck?
No, Paul, I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. Cliff knows her very well. I know her very well. A red-haired lady from Liverpool, and she should do a show where she
Surprise,
put...
surprise.
Yes! Oh, Stella! Well done, Chuck. You've won £500. Now, she'll kill me for doing this. She goes, I don't talk like that, Paul. What's it all about? I'll do. You do. Now, do you want to risk that money and gamble to try and win £2,000? It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll gamble, Paul.
Are you sure?
Yes, Paul.
OK.
As long as you help me.
Hey?
As long as you help me.
I will help you.
Thank
OK,
you.
I will, I'll help you. Right, this is for the £2,000 now. 1, 2, 3. luck.
Oh, no problem.
Now, I'm going to give you a clue. It was about 4 ladies who all lived together in Miami.
The Golden Girls.
Yes! Well done! Clever, give it away here. You've won £2,000. No, congratulations. 2,000 quid on the way to you, and spend it on yourself. Treat yourself, all right?
I will. I'm going to go to Memphis. I'm a big Elvis fan. I want to go to Memphis.
You get yourself to Memphis, then, yeah? Take care of yourself, and thanks for ringing. Up next, folks, some unusual kitchen gadgets. I can't wait. I don't even know what a kitchen gadget looks like. I've never peeled a spud, and I don't intend to. And just some of the bits of this show that you've asked to see again. But first, your last chance today to win that new car just by phoning in with the correct... Welcome back. We're not doing kitchen gadgets now. Oh, I'm so delighted. I wouldn't know potato peeler if you stuck it up my nose, to tell you the truth. But we've got just over 2 weeks left for this series, and a bit... no. And I'll be honest with you, I've never enjoyed a job as much as I've enjoyed this, seriously. Because
Really?
I've
You
loved
haven't
it.
felt it strained or stressful?
No, I love it. Me and Bert have our odd rows, you know what I mean? He sort of drags me round by my hair now and then, but I don't mind that, Cliff. But no, I really have enjoyed it, so I'd just like to thank you for all your letters and all your emails, and a lot of you asked to see some of your favourite moments again, so here's just a few of them. Me being humiliated, in other words. I'm going to play you a tune now, Alison.
Okay.
And if you guess it, you win all that lolly. Are you ready?
Yes.
Good girl.
One, two, three, four.
My name is Paul O'Grady. Can you see clear? I'm all dressed up in RP gear. I'm live from Five on ITV with the kids from Lambeth on your screens. I've got a secret for you today. I was a secret rapper in my day. There you have it. There you go. Did you all love my show?
Strangest place. It was...
And I've just sat here and said, I love this job. I'm obviously a masochist and I didn't realise it.
You obviously are.
I am.
That's why you keep fit.
Well, getting slathered in custard pies and abused by kids.
Escaping things.
Escaping real life, isn't it? And down you come and do this. So we've got a load of... We'll look at all these emails that have come in for the show, but I'll try and get through some of them. Cliff, I bought your first album, Me and My Shadows, in December 1960. Could you please tell me what number it got to in the album charts? Gareth Halliwell.
I got no idea.
Sorry, Gareth. Cliff, we all have some regrets in life. Have you one thing that you regret the most?
I regret not being a Christian longer.
Yeah?
I'd like to have thought about spiritual things even earlier.
I watched a programme the other night about where they all went off to a monastery. Did you see it? No.
Oh, really?
I thought I could do with a bit. It was the silence I liked. You know, where they all sat silence.
Sometimes it's a good thing to be able to be silent. Most of us can't take it.
Well, they'd have to put a peg on my gob. Imagine me trying to keep quiet.
Well, they needn't do that. Just give the rest of us earplugs.
Catherine, I've got one for you. Would you go on any reality shows like Big Brother or Hell's Kitchen?
No, I wouldn't. No, because I prefer looking at them, you know, watching them, and I think you lose your right to criticise if you go in, don't you?
That's quite right. No, you're quite right. This is it. Would you do one of those? No.
Oh, no. I don't know how they've got the nerve.
No.
I wouldn't be able to take it. I'd crumble on the first, hurdle.
Yeah.
I couldn't cope with the
I think it must be
sleeping
very
bag.
difficult as well. I mean, it must be a very difficult thing
Well,
to
old
do.
Janet Tree Porter, I mean, she's tough, and she said to me afterwards it was the toughest thing she's ever done.
Really?
Yeah, you know, in the sleeping bag with snakes and and spiders.
Yeah.
And no toilet facilities.
She was great on that, though.
Fabulous.
She was great,
Is that the one where some of the girls had to eat those things in
yes,
Australia?
like eyes and
would you-
things.
oh, yeah.
Yes, witchy
Oh.
grubs or something like that.
Fish eyes.
Yeah.
No.
Dear all, did you get good reports from school? What do you think for me, please? I'm terrible at sound. Oh, wait, oh, that's it, the music. Oh, is that it? Yeah? Oh, well. That's about it for today. A big thank you to all my guests. To Cliff Richard. Come on, let's hear it. To Catherine Tate. Dr. Scott Miller. And, of course, to little Jack McGrotty. Tomorrow, we shall discover the truth about Friday the 13th, and we'll be chatting with Footballers' Wives star Layla Ruas and comedian Jim Bowen. I'll see you tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. Take care of yourselves.